do you think it's different when it comes to men, when it's sons and daughters? Because I'm trying to think of a scenario where that would happen if that child was a girl.
Of course, it's different with boys and girls, but more than the boys and girls, it's the baby mum thing. There's a connection. My guy, when you have a baby mum, yeah, you take it quite offensive that people are rooting your baby mum. I don't care if you decide that you think, yeah, you don't give a shit. I know. I can sit here with you and say, yeah, you don't give a shit too. I get it. But let me not lie to you. Ain't nobody trying to hear that the baby mum's getting clotted up and down. You be thinking, are you doing it in the house? Was my kid sleeping next door when you did it? How does it work? After you've blown him, did you kiss my kid on the cheek? Does my kid call you uncle?
Or daddy. Or daddy. Payback time. Slave trade. Sorry, I'm the captain now. You're not my dad. Yes, I am. Sorry, little.
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody. Look, man, it's difficult. So when I say when it's time for you and you got a baby mum and you're moving away from your baby mum and stuff like that, as I always tell people, especially with baby dads that are a bit different on the other side of the spectrum, do it gently. Move on softly. Don't be too aggressive with how you move on. Because, you know, baby dads that often have a connection with their baby mum, they don't always operate well sensibly. You know what I'm saying?
So when you say that, obviously the whole moving on thing, like, because obviously for me, I've had a few bedrooms tell me, yo, they're tired of their BM, they're tired of their misses, they want to leave them. I say, look, you got 2 youths with that girl. Are you prepared to understand that your youths are going to be in the yard and she's going to Pound Town downstairs? And you're acting like you weren't the guy that was giving Pound Town. Bear in mind the youths are upstairs. So if you're not prepared for that, stay with her and say sorry. You might think it's a dickhead thing, but I'm just obviously foreseeing the future in it. You know what I mean? So like, obviously things don't happen the way it happens, and so on. So my question then now is like, okay, cool. You're in a scenario like that. How important is it to remain calm? Because obviously, we saw in that video the child was there, and for me, the child was calm, way too calm, like to say this has happened before. Maybe I'm reading into it too much, but as a parent, how is it important to like kind of keep your mentulu, or is it something that's impossible to do when you're in a situation like that? Because obviously, you know how complex situations are with co-parenting and that.
It's impossible to do. I mean, again, this really boils down to your emotions, your feelings towards your baby mom. I ain't gonna lie to you. That thing can either make or break relationships. You dislike a baby mom too much, you slightly dislike the kid to a degree. A large part of what you're gonna see from that kid is your baby mom,
Or even the opposite way.
or even the opposite way around. So it really depends on your relationship. As far as staying calm, I mean, you always have to stay calm, but I can't tell you that from their perspective, only because they're not the kind of man that I am. Do you know what I'm saying? So to say that you should remain calm is not always realistic, especially when you're still emotionally attached to your baby mom. You know.
But when you say emotionally attached with the baby mom, are you essentially saying you still want to be with them, or
You haven't got past, you haven't moved on yet. You think you've moved on physically, but mentally, emotionally, you haven't moved on yet. So there's a difference between being in love with someone and having love for that person. You know you can not be with someone but still love them, innit? But after a while, you get to a place where it's like, you know what? I got mad love for you, but I got my own life now. You know, and I'm happy that you got your own situation. You know, and I'm still gonna be here because at the end of the day, nobody hate no one, ain't nobody dislike you. You know what I'm saying? It's just that you and I are not like that. In
so
which
then
case, you know,
do you think you have the right? I'm not saying you per se, but you have the right to kind of, as a man, say, okay, well, I have love for you, but I'm not happy for you to move on? Or are you saying that it has to be like a soft launch type thing? Because I
When
feel
you
like
say you have love
sometimes,
for the person, you're accepting that they can move on. You're letting it go. It's cool.
but I feel like people ain't realistic about what moving on looks like when they have a child with the person. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
So for me, it's like, if you're moving on and you've got a child with a person, you know that that child will now call someone, in the future, call someone else dad. Are you okay with that?
Yeah, but that's a conversation that you're gonna have with the baby mum, no? Because once you get past the fact that nobody can have my baby mum, oh, nobody can whatever, then you then get to the place where it's like, you know what, it can happen, and you know what, this is life, and you know, I'm at peace with this. And then you get to the point where it's like, all right, so how's this gonna work? Because if you get another man or whatever else, you know, you're gonna have that conversation. I don't think you can have that conversation when you're still emotionally attached. The emotions have to be aligned proper. I'm telling you, if you're not at an equilibrium with your emotions, you ain't gonna win this one. And a large part of being at equilibrium with your emotions is accepting that men should operate 70% sense and 30% emotion. You cannot be 60 to 70. You can't be 70% emotion, 30% sense.
Why is that?
Because you kill everybody.